Have you ever wondered what it's like to grow up as the child of one of America's most celebrated singers and a father who built careers in both professional wrestling and law? For most people, that kind of life sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. But for David Daniel Otunga Jr., the son of Grammy-winning singer and actress Jennifer Hudson and former WWE superstar David Otunga, fame has never been the whole story. Behind the red carpets, award shows, television appearances, and flashing cameras is a family story filled with love, triumph, personal challenges, and one shared priority that has remained constant through it all: their son. Jennifer Hudson has inspired millions with her powerful voice and incredible resilience. From capturing hearts on American Idol to winning an Academy Award, a Grammy, an Emmy, and a Tony Award, her journey has become one of the most remarkable success stories in entertainment. Yet despite all the applause and recognition, Jennifer has often described one role as the most meaningful of her life: being a mother. On the other side of this story is David Otunga, a man whose career has been anything but ordinary. Before stepping into the WWE ring, he earned a law degree from Harvard Law School, worked in the legal field, and later found fame as a professional wrestler, television personality, and actor. His path may have looked very different from Jennifer's, but together they built a relationship that once seemed destined for a happy ending. Their love story captured public attention almost from the beginning. Fans admired their chemistry, celebrated their engagement, and eagerly followed updates about their growing family. When they welcomed their son, David Daniel Otunga Jr., many believed they had become one of entertainment's strongest couples. But as often happens behind the spotlight, real life proved more complicated than magazine headlines suggested. Over the years, their relationship faced challenges that eventually led to separation. What followed was a highly publicized custody dispute that attracted widespread media attention. News outlets reported on court filings, public statements, and legal proceedings, while fans wondered what the future would hold for the family. Yet throughout every difficult chapter, one person remained at the center of every important decision: their son. Unlike many celebrity children who frequently appear in the public eye, David Daniel Otunga Jr. has largely been raised away from constant media attention. Both Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga have generally chosen to protect his privacy, allowing him the opportunity to experience as normal a childhood as possible, despite having two famous parents. That decision alone says a great deal about the priorities they have shared as parents. While their relationship changed over time, their commitment to their son has remained an important part of their public statements and actions. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at the fascinating story of Jennifer Hudson's first and only child, David Daniel Otunga Jr., and the man who became his father. We'll explore how Jennifer and David first met, how their romance blossomed, what made their relationship so captivating, and how they embraced parenthood together. We'll also examine the challenges that tested their relationship, the custody battle that made headlines, and how both parents have navigated life after their separation. Most importantly, we'll separate verified facts from rumors, focusing on information that has been publicly reported rather than speculation. Celebrity stories often become surrounded by gossip, but understanding the real timeline helps paint a much clearer picture of the people behind the headlines. As we move through this journey, you'll discover that this isn't simply a story about fame or celebrity relationships. It's a story about family, responsibility, personal growth, and the lasting bond between parents and their child. Whether you're a longtime Jennifer Hudson fan, someone curious about David Otunga's remarkable career, or simply interested in learning more about the family they created together, this story offers a thoughtful look at the lives of three people connected by love, change, and the responsibilities of parenthood. So, how did an Academy Award-winning singer and a Harvard-educated attorney turned WWE superstar find each other? What was life like after they welcomed their son? And how did both parents work to keep their child at the center of their decisions during one of the most challenging periods of their lives? Stay with us, because the answers reveal a story that's far more inspiring, emotional, and complex than many people realize. And it all begins with an unexpected meeting that would change Jennifer Hudson's life forever. To truly understand the story of Jennifer Hudson's son, David Daniel Otunga Jr., we first have to go back to the beginning, to the moment when two ambitious people from very different professional worlds crossed paths. In the mid-2000s, Jennifer Hudson's career was soaring. After becoming a fan favorite on American Idol in 2004, she proved that not winning the competition would never define her future. Just 2 years later, she stunned audiences with her Oscar-winning performance as Effie White in Dreamgirls. The role transformed her into one of Hollywood's brightest rising stars, and opportunities in music, film, and television quickly followed. Around the same time, David Otunga was building an impressive resume of his own. A graduate of Harvard Law School, he had already established himself as an accomplished legal professional. But David wasn't afraid to pursue new challenges. His interests extended beyond the courtroom, eventually leading him into television and professional wrestling, where he would become known to millions of WWE fans. Although they came from completely different industries, Jennifer and David shared something important in common. They were both determined, hardworking, and eager to make the most of the opportunities in front of them. According to public reports, the pair met in 2007 through mutual connections. Their chemistry developed quickly, and they soon began dating. At first, they kept much of their relationship relatively private, choosing not to share every detail of their romance with the media. As photographs of the couple began appearing at red carpet events and entertainment functions, fans immediately noticed how comfortable they seemed together. Jennifer often appeared joyful in David's company, while David proudly supported Jennifer during major milestones in her rapidly growing career. For many observers, they seemed like a perfect match. Jennifer was becoming one of the most respected voices in music and film. David was pursuing success in multiple fields, combining intelligence, ambition, and charisma. Their relationship represented two people who understood the pressures of demanding careers while encouraging each other's personal growth. During interviews over the years, Jennifer occasionally spoke about the importance of having someone who believed in her. Although she generally preferred to keep her personal life private, it was clear that the relationship had become an important part of her life during a period of extraordinary professional success. As their romance continued, fans eagerly wondered whether wedding bells might be in their future. That question was answered in 2008. David Otunga proposed to Jennifer Hudson, and she accepted. The engagement quickly became entertainment news, with fans celebrating what appeared to be another happy milestone for the couple. Jennifer was often seen wearing her engagement ring during public appearances, and many expected the wedding to happen in the near future. However, the couple chose not to rush into marriage. Instead, they focused on building their lives together while balancing increasingly demanding careers. Jennifer's music career continued to expand with successful albums, live performances, award ceremonies, and acting opportunities. At the same time, David entered WWE, where he gained national recognition as part of one of the world's largest professional wrestling organizations. His athletic performances, television appearances, and growing popularity introduced him to an entirely new audience. Managing two high-profile careers wasn't always easy. Celebrity relationships often face unique challenges. Long work hours, constant travel, public attention, and media scrutiny can create pressures that many couples never experience. Jennifer and David were no exception. Yet despite these demands, they continued building their future together. One of the happiest chapters of their relationship arrived in 2009, when they welcomed their first child, David Daniel Otunga Jr. The birth of their son marked a significant turning point. Jennifer frequently described motherhood as one of the greatest blessings in her life. While fans knew her as an award-winning entertainer, becoming a mother introduced a new dimension to her identity, one that she embraced with immense pride and love. David also publicly expressed his excitement about becoming a father. Although both parents maintained a degree of privacy around their family life, it was clear that their son quickly became the center of their world. From that moment forward, many of Jennifer's interviews reflected a shift in priorities. She often spoke about balancing work with motherhood, explaining that no matter how busy life became, spending time with her son remained one of her greatest joys. She has shared in interviews over the years that motherhood changed her perspective, encouraging her to make decisions with her family's well-being in mind. David, meanwhile, continued balancing fatherhood with his demanding WWE schedule. Wrestling often required extensive travel, training, and live television appearances, making time management an essential part of family life. As the years passed, Jennifer and David appeared together at select public events while continuing to protect much of their son's life from media attention. Unlike many celebrity families who regularly shared personal moments publicly, they generally chose a more private approach. That decision earned respect from many fans, who appreciated their efforts to give their son a childhood that wasn't constantly shaped by cameras or social media. Still, Public curiosity remained strong, because Jennifer Hudson had become one of America's most beloved entertainers. Every appearance with David or their son generated headlines. Entertainment magazines frequently speculated about wedding plans, family milestones, and the future of their relationship. Yet despite years of engagement, the couple never officially married. The reasons behind that decision were never fully explained publicly, and both Jennifer and David generally avoided discussing private relationship matters in detail. Rather than fueling speculation, they focused on their careers and family responsibilities. Looking back, it's easy to understand why so many people admired their relationship. Jennifer represented resilience, talent, and determination after overcoming enormous personal and professional challenges. David represented academic achievement, versatility, and the willingness to reinvent himself across completely different careers. Together, they appeared to symbolize ambition, partnership, and hope. But as with many long-term relationships, life brought unexpected changes. The pressures of balancing demanding careers, raising a child, and living under constant public attention would eventually test the relationship in ways that few outsiders could fully understand. Although their love story began with optimism, admiration, and dreams of a shared future, the years ahead would become significantly more complicated. In the next chapter of this story, we'll explore the arrival of David Daniel Otunga Jr., Jennifer Hudson's journey into motherhood, and how both parents embraced one of the most important roles of their lives, raising the son they both deeply loved. By 2009, Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga had already established themselves as one of entertainment's most talked-about couples. Jennifer's music and acting career continued to flourish, while David was making a name for himself in WWE after transitioning from a successful legal career. Yet despite their busy professional lives, they were about to embark on a journey that would become more meaningful than any award, championship, or television appearance, the journey of becoming parents. On August 10, 2009, Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga welcomed their first child, David Daniel Otunga Jr. The announcement was met with excitement from fans around the world, many of whom had followed the couple's relationship since the beginning. For Jennifer, the arrival of her son marked the start of an entirely new chapter. Although she had achieved extraordinary success in entertainment at a relatively young age, she often spoke in interviews about how motherhood changed her priorities. Winning awards and performing on some of the world's biggest stages remained important. But becoming a mother gave her a new sense of purpose that she described as unlike anything she had experienced before. Those close to Jennifer often described her as someone deeply devoted to family. After enduring unimaginable personal tragedy in 2008 with the loss of several close family members, welcoming her son the following year brought a renewed sense of hope and joy into her life. While no child can replace such a loss, Jennifer has publicly shared that becoming a mother helped her focus on the future and embrace life's blessings with renewed gratitude. For David Otunga, fatherhood was equally significant. Known publicly for his confident personality and athletic presence, David embraced the responsibilities of being a father. Between WWE appearances, media commitments, and travel, he worked to spend quality time with his son whenever possible. Public photos and occasional interviews reflected his pride in watching David Jr. grow. Although Jennifer and David were both celebrities, they made a conscious decision to keep many details of their son's life private. Unlike some famous parents who regularly shared family moments online, Jennifer and David limited their son's public exposure. That decision wasn't accidental. Growing up in the spotlight can be challenging for any child. Constant media attention often creates pressures that young people should never have to experience. By keeping David Jr. away from frequent public appearances, Jennifer and David appeared determined to give him the opportunity to enjoy a childhood that was as normal as possible. When Jennifer did speak about her son during interviews, her words reflected genuine admiration and affection. She often described motherhood as the role she treasured most. Whether discussing her music career or upcoming acting projects, Jennifer frequently emphasized that her son remained her greatest motivation. She explained that many career decisions were influenced by what would be best for her family, rather than simply accepting every opportunity that came her way. Fans noticed another interesting aspect of Jennifer's parenting style. Despite her global fame, she wanted her son to understand the value of humility, kindness, and hard work. Rather than raising him solely within the glamorous world of Hollywood, she spoke about encouraging normal routines, education, and respect for others. David Otunga shared similar values. As a graduate of Harvard Law School, education had always been an important part of his own life. Although he eventually pursued careers in entertainment and professional wrestling, his academic achievements remained an example of discipline and perseverance. Many observers believe that David hoped to pass those values on to his son, encouraging him to understand that success comes from dedication and consistent effort. As David Jr. grew older, fans occasionally caught small glimpses of family life through carefully chosen photographs and public appearances. These moments often showed a happy child enjoying time with both parents rather than being presented as a celebrity himself. Jennifer occasionally brought her son to special events where the environment was appropriate for families, but these appearances were relatively rare. Most of the time, she preferred to keep his everyday life away from public attention. That balance wasn't always easy. Both Jennifer and David maintained demanding careers that often required travel, rehearsals, filming schedules, and live performances. Jennifer continued recording music, starring in films, appearing on television, and later becoming the host of her own daytime talk show. Each new opportunity required significant preparation and long working hours. David's WWE career also involved extensive travel, training sessions, promotional appearances, and televised events across the country. For any family, balancing two demanding careers while raising a young child can be challenging. For celebrity parents, those challenges are often multiplied by constant media attention and public curiosity. Yet by many public accounts, Jennifer and David worked hard to create a stable environment. For their son during his early childhood, Jennifer has shared in interviews that one of her greatest joys was spending ordinary moments with David Jr., reading together, celebrating birthdays, enjoying family traditions, and simply watching him grow. These everyday experiences became especially meaningful because they allowed her to step away from the spotlight and focus on what mattered. Most fans also noticed Jennifer's protective nature. Rather than allowing her son to become the center of media attention, she consistently redirected interviews toward her own work whenever possible. She rarely discussed private family matters in detail, reinforcing her belief that certain aspects of life should remain personal. That approach earned praise from many supporters, who appreciated her efforts to shield her son from unnecessary publicity. As David Jr. entered school age, both parents continued emphasizing the importance of education and routine, while details about his schooling have largely remained private. This privacy reflects the family's ongoing commitment to giving him a childhood outside the constant glare of celebrity culture. Of course, no family is without challenges. As Jennifer's career reached new heights and David continued pursuing opportunities of his own, balancing professional responsibilities with personal life became increasingly demanding. The pressures of fame, long-distance travel, and differing schedules gradually created difficulties that were largely kept away from public view. To fans watching from the outside, Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga still appeared to be building a future together. They remained engaged for years and continued raising their son as a family. However, behind closed doors, their relationship was beginning to face serious tests. While the details of private relationships are known only to those involved, it eventually became clear that the couple's paths were changing. Even as their romantic relationship evolved, one thing remained consistent. Both Jennifer and David publicly expressed deep love for their son and emphasized his well-being as their highest priority. That commitment would become especially important during the next chapter of their story. As their relationship came to an end, headlines shifted from engagement and family milestones to legal proceedings and custody discussions. Public interest intensified, but throughout every development, both parents continued to state that they wanted what was best for David Jr. The coming years would challenge the family in ways few could have predicted. Yet they would also demonstrate how two parents, despite personal differences, remained connected by the shared responsibility of raising the child they both loved. In the next chapter, we'll explore the end of Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga's relationship, the widely reported custody dispute that followed, and how both parents worked to move forward while keeping their son's future at the center of the conversation. For nearly a decade, Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga appeared to many fans as one of entertainment's most stable couples. They had weathered demanding careers, celebrated the birth of their son, and remained engaged for years. While they kept much of their personal life private, the public generally saw a united family focused on raising David Daniel Otunga Jr. But in late 2017, that image changed dramatically. News broke that Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga had ended their relationship after approximately 10 years together. The announcement surprised many fans, as the couple had rarely discussed problems publicly. Almost immediately, media outlets began reporting on legal filings and court proceedings, turning what had been a private family matter into a widely covered celebrity story. Because of the intense public interest, many rumors circulated online.
However, it's important to separate verified facts from speculation. According to publicly available court records and statements released by both parties at the time,
Jennifer Hudson sought a protective order, while David Otunga denied the allegations made against him through his legal representatives. Because these were legal matters involving private individuals and family court proceedings, many specific details were never fully established in public, and both parties maintained their respective positions. Rather than drawing conclusions beyond what was publicly documented, it's more accurate to focus on what happened next, and that was the couple's shared concern for their son. As legal proceedings continued, one issue became especially important: custody of 8-year-old David Daniel Otunga Jr. Whenever celebrity custody cases make headlines, public attention often focuses on the parents. Yet the most significant consideration in family court is the well-being of the child. Jennifer and David's case was no different. Both parents publicly expressed their love for their son and their desire to remain active in his life. Jennifer, who had often described motherhood as her greatest accomplishment, continued balancing her career while prioritizing her responsibilities as a parent. David likewise emphasized his commitment to being an involved father. During the legal process, temporary custody arrangements were established while the case moved forward. As with many family court matters, the details remained largely confidential to protect the privacy of the child. For fans following the headlines, it was easy to become distracted by sensational media coverage. Entertainment news often highlighted conflict, legal arguments, and dramatic developments because those stories attracted attention. But behind every headline was a young boy whose daily life mattered far more than internet speculation. Fortunately, as time passed, the public conversation gradually shifted away from courtroom updates and towards something much more constructive: co-parenting. Although ending a long-term relationship is never easy, many families eventually find ways to work together for the benefit of their children. Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga have largely kept those efforts private, but over the years, both have continued to speak positively about the importance of their son. Jennifer has repeatedly shown through interviews that motherhood remains central to her life. Despite hosting television shows, recording music, acting in films, and participating in major entertainment projects, she has consistently emphasized that family comes first. She has spoken about enjoying ordinary moments with her son, moments that many parents can relate to regardless of fame. School activities, birthdays, conversations at home, and simply watching him grow have remained among her greatest joys. David Otunga has also maintained his role as an involved father. Following his WWE career, he continued pursuing opportunities in entertainment and media while remaining active in his son's life. Publicly available information and occasional appearances suggest that he has continued spending meaningful time with David Jr., although he has also respected his son's privacy by limiting public exposure. One of the most encouraging aspects of this story is that, despite the highly publicized end of their relationship, neither parent has turned their son into a source of ongoing public attention. In today's social media age, celebrity families often face pressure to share every milestone online. Jennifer and David have largely resisted that trend. As a result, David Daniel Otunga Jr. has been able to grow up with a level of privacy that many celebrity children never experience. That decision reflects something both parents appear to agree on. Children deserve the opportunity to develop their own identities rather than living entirely in the shadow of their parents' fame. As David Jr. has grown older, public appearances have become increasingly rare. This has allowed him to focus on school, friendships, hobbies, and the experiences that shape any young person's life. Jennifer Hudson, meanwhile, has continued reaching remarkable professional milestones. She became one of the few entertainers to achieve EGOT status, meaning she has won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award, an achievement that places her among a very small group of performers in entertainment history. She also launched The Jennifer Hudson Show, where audiences have seen another side of her personality as a warm and engaging television host. Despite these accomplishments, Jennifer has consistently spoken about the importance of staying grounded. In interviews, she often credits family, including her son, as a major source of motivation and perspective. David Otunga has continued building his own career beyond professional wrestling. Drawing on his background in law, broadcasting, and entertainment, he has remained active in various media roles while continuing to prioritize fatherhood. Although Jennifer and David no longer share a romantic relationship, their lives remain connected through the responsibility of raising David Jr. Co-parenting is rarely perfect, and every family faces unique challenges. However, what matters most is the willingness of both parents to support their child's growth and well-being. From the information they have shared publicly, Jennifer and David have both demonstrated that commitment over the years. Today, David Daniel Otunga Jr. is no longer the infant whose birth made entertainment headlines in 2009. He has grown into a young man whose future remains entirely his own to shape. Whether he eventually follows his mother's path into music, his father's path into law or athletics, or chooses a completely different direction altogether, one thing is clear: he has been raised by two parents who have both expressed deep love and pride in him. Their story also offers an important reminder that celebrity headlines rarely tell the complete picture. Relationships can end, legal disputes can make news, and public attention can come and go. But behind every headline are real people navigating complicated situations while trying to do what they believe is best for their families. Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga's relationship may not have lasted forever, but their shared commitment to their son continues to be the lasting connection between them. As David Jr. continues to grow, his parents have given him something far more valuable than fame: the opportunity to build his own future with privacy, support, and the love of both his mother and father. That, perhaps, is the most meaningful chapter of their story, not the romance that captured headlines or the legal proceedings that followed, but the enduring commitment of two parents determined to put their child first, even after their own paths took different directions. In our final chapter, we'll reflect on the lessons this journey offers about love, resilience, parenthood, and why Jennifer Hudson has always said that her greatest achievement isn't an award on a shelf, it's being a mother. As we've reached the end of this journey, one thing becomes abundantly clear: Jennifer Hudson's story isn't defined solely by Grammy Awards, blockbuster films, or standing on some of the world's biggest stages. While those achievements have earned her a permanent place in entertainment history, the role she has consistently described as the most meaningful is being a mother. From the moment David Daniel Otunga Jr. was born in August 2009, Jennifer's life took on a new purpose. Throughout the highs of her career and the challenges of her personal life, she has repeatedly emphasized that her son comes first. Whether she was recording a new album, filming a movie, hosting The Jennifer Hudson Show, or accepting another prestigious award, her commitment to motherhood has remained at the center of her life. David Otunga's journey tells an equally important part of this story. Known to many as a Harvard Law School graduate, former WWE superstar, and television personality, David has also embraced the lifelong responsibility of fatherhood. Although his relationship with Jennifer came to an end, his public statements and continued involvement in his son's life reflect a shared commitment that extends far beyond their past romance. Their relationship may not have had the fairy tale ending that many fans once imagined, but every family has its own unique journey. Sometimes, the strongest act of love isn't staying together. It is finding a way to continue supporting a child with care, respect, and responsibility, even when life takes an unexpected turn. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson from Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga's story. Celebrity headlines often focus on dramatic moments, engagements, breakups, legal disputes, and public appearances. Those stories may capture attention for a while, but they rarely tell the whole picture. Behind every headline are real people facing real challenges, making difficult decisions, and trying to do what they believe is best for the people they love. In this case, the most important person has always been David Daniel Otunga Jr. Throughout the years, both Jennifer and David have generally chosen to protect his privacy, allowing him to grow up away from the constant spotlight that surrounds celebrity families. That decision may never generate sensational headlines, but it speaks volumes about the priorities they have shared as parents. As David Jr. continues to grow into adulthood, the future is entirely his to create. Whether he chooses music like his mother, law, or sports like his father, or follows a completely different dream, he has the opportunity to build his own identity beyond the fame of his parents. And perhaps that is the legacy Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga hope to leave behind. Not simply successful careers, but a foundation of love, encouragement, and opportunity for their son. Thank you for joining us on this look at Jennifer Hudson, David Otunga, and the family they built together. If you found this story informative and enjoyed learning about the people behind the headlines, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga have done a good job protecting their son's privacy while co-parenting? Share your respectful opinions in the comments below. We always enjoy reading your perspectives. If you enjoyed this documentary-style story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest deep dives into the lives of your favorite celebrities. We bring you carefully researched stories, career milestones, relationship timelines, and inspiring journeys based on publicly available information, always aiming to separate verified facts from rumors. Until next time, thanks for watching, stay curious, stay informed, and remember that behind every celebrity headline is a human story worth understanding. We'll see you in the next video.